Thank you so much for tuning in, honeys. This is going to be a reading for you, of course, based on your career, your calling. Some of you refer to it as your life path and your purpose, okay? So, Aries, let us find out what are the messages for Aries. What am I starting off with? Let's start off with this deck. Okay. Oh my word. This thing of me not introducing myself, it's getting out of hand. Aries, welcome to my channel. My name is Tipuo. For those of you that are new, hello, hello, hello. All right, let's get into it. Messages for Aries. Well, Aries, funny enough, this card is not part of this deck, so I'm just going to flip it. Oh, okay, it's the well-deserved reward. I think, was it Sagittarius or Cancer that got this card as well? So Aries, something that is much deserved, okay, something that you've been working. I feel like you're a very hard worker. Oh, you're such a hard worker, Aries. You could be somebody that has tried a lot of things in your life, right? You don't just sit around and, just wait to fail. When you see that whatever you're busy with isn't satisfying you, you start off with something else. And they tend to say, well, such people can't really achieve anything because they jump from one thing to the next. But this is your trait. This is something that you're quite good with. This is something that works for you, right? How do you think some people have multiple businesses, right? Some people have multiple businesses and they create $1 million industry out of that industry, out of all those businesses, right? And you're somebody like that, right? Your brand name, your family name, if that's what you're using for your brand, your company, whatever, your business, it could be seen in a lot of different types of businesses. That is because of such people as yourself that dibble and dabble in a lot of things, because you don't just want to be stuck on one thing, right? So I feel like you're somebody that's about to get something that is well deserved because you've been a hard worker, especially in the year 2023. I think you've worked your ass off in 2023, Aries. I think you've worked harder than you have before. Something that is well deserved is coming your way. Let us find out what else. So don't let anyone convince you that, oh, Aries, come on, you need to stick to one thing. Yes, that works, but it doesn't work for everybody. So what I see here is, Aries, for you, sticking with one thing is not your thing. It's not what helps you. It's not what works for you. If this is within your career, this simply means that sticking to one type of career is not your thing. Or within your career, you shouldn't be concentrating on only one line of work, right? Let me make an example. Just because you are a teacher at school teaching the kids doesn't mean that you cannot also be their counselor. Doesn't always mean that you can't play a role of a social worker as and try to find out what is happening within the child's homes, right? The welfare situations, right? So I feel like you're somebody that's you're multi-talented, you have multiple skills, right? Don't limit yourself. Let me just say that. Don't limit yourself. If you gotta do it all, Aries. If you gotta have your hands, like you're like an octopus right now, right? You got your hands in so many things and everywhere. And it's working for you. It is. I don't think you get easily tired, Aries. I feel like you don't even get tired of doing all these things at once. You are a superwoman or superman, whoever you are. This is what your family, your hubby, maybe your kids, this is what they call you. They tend to call you Superman or Superwoman because you have this thing of dibbling and dabbling in a lot of things and you seem to be doing just fine. Messages for Aries, career calling, life path and purpose. Love, of course. Oh, it all comes down to love. These are the vibes. These are the moods. Listen, you're a loving person by nature. You got love. Love for people, plants, animals, trees, strangers, whoever. Your love for life. Your zen for life. Honey, your mojo is love. This is what keeps you going. You love everything. You love everyone. You're a loving person. You put love first. You put love forth. And this is why you won't even get tired when you do these things. So I feel like for most of you, whatever you're into, whatever you do, it's mostly because of your love. I see someone who easily cries, Aries. I'm just going to put it like that. I feel like you cry very easily, honey. And this is because you're quite an emotional person. You have love for people and a lot of things. And when you see those things suffering or not going well, you get quickly emotional, right? Why do I feel like some of you, either you are or you're thinking of becoming some sort of a talk show host, some sort of reality TV host, and you wanna this something that you wanna help with, right? But you're gonna be crying a lot. Like those Oprah vibes, yeah. Like those Oprah vibes, right? Oprah. Oprah, does Oprah still have a TV show? Because I don't know. I don't watch TV much, you know. Now that I'm home, I find myself sitting in front of the screen quite often with the kids or with the adults, you know. But my mind still can't concentrate on a TV for very long. After all, human beings, we have a very short uh, uh, um, concentration span. But for some reason, when it comes to the soapies, everybody concentrates all the way. What is wrong with these soapies? How are they constructed that people don't even get distracted when they're watching them? But anything else, I'm telling you, anything else, we can't concentrate for more than 7 minutes. We get distracted. Just like even these videos. Some of you will resonate. You know this is your message. You can hear some of the things I'm talking about are part of your message. But most of you do not watch the whole reading. That's because your concentration span is quite short, you know, and it's normal. This is why some tarot card readers make very short readings, right? Less than 10 minutes, because they don't want to keep you long. They want you to watch the whole video, but not longer than 10 minutes, because they know you're likely going to lose concentration. But when it comes to you, I feel like you're somebody that you don't lose concentration that easily. You don't. And also, whatever you do, people can't get enough of. So they're very enticed to a point where concentration span is not a problem, right? They're going to watch you all throughout. They're going to listen all throughout. You don't have to be somebody on screen. Like a teacher, I was making an example of a teacher right now. Aries, if you're somebody that teaches, people will listen all throughout. No one will fall asleep. The kids will not even distract. You can see it in their eyes. They're interested. They're enticed. They're very, very pulled by what you're saying, and they want to listen to it until you're done saying it, right? So it all comes down to love. I think the love you have for people, places, kids, whatever, you know, this is what keeps you going. And this is something that shows within whoever you're showing love. And therefore, they want to reciprocate that love. They want to show it back. Aries, beautiful stuff, man. It all comes down to love. This card again. I don't know what happened, you guys. Maybe these kids. Oh, my word. My nieces and nephews are quite naughty sometimes. I think they played with the cards or something. This is my little brother's room. It's not even my room, so I keep it locked most of the time, right? I sleep with my mom. I sleep with my mom, right? I keep my little brother's room locked most of the time because it's not mine. I cannot be playing in it like that. I only use it for the readings, right? I don't know, for some reason the kids must have gotten hold of the keys and gotten in here, because even the chair was missing when I got in here. Strengthening bonds, of course. Some of you actually work with helping people strengthen their bonds with their loved ones, right? This is what you're into. This is something you're thinking of going into. But I also feel like what I said in the beginning of the reading, that some of you have your hands in a lot of things. And those many things that you're involved in, each one of them, of course, has people, either people working with, for you, or alongside you, right? With you, for you, or alongside you. But what I see is all those businesses, all those ideas, everything that you have done, everything that you've gotten your hands into, you've made bonds with whoever you are working with, or whoever you are working for, or alongside. You've made strong bonds. You're somebody that touches people's lives. You are not easy to forget, Aries. You come into contact with somebody, and 10 years later, they still remember you very well. You don't have to have done something for them specifically, but you could have had quite a deep conversation with them. You've changed their perspective on something, right? You've touched their heart. Some of them, you've shown them love, and they were strangers. You've shown them such profound love, they are not bound to forget you. So you're somebody that is actually, yeah, man, I feel like even if maybe you don't feel a strong bond to everybody you meet, every life you touch, they feel a strong bond towards you, right? So naturally, you have this ability to strengthen bonds with people. This is beautiful. But really, for those of you that maybe you're thinking of helping others, it could be really mending their relationships with loved ones, with lovers, with colleagues, with whatever, right? Let's find out what else. I'm hearing Alicia Keys. What is that song? No one. No one. How does it go? Travel. You're going to be traveling a lot. You're going to be traveling a lot. If not physically, spiritually. This is astral traveling, right? This is you seeing yourself, maybe at your childhood home, somewhere you haven't been in a while, maybe at a certain place where you used to be your happiest. Could be a workspace, could be a friend's place, it could be a family home or your previous home, right? But there's something about you astrally traveling a lot to a certain place. This could also mean really literally physical travel. You could be into travel and tourism. You could be a transporter. Maybe you're thinking of going into the transport business. There's quite a few things that could be involved with this travel card for you, Aries. But I really feel like I'm reading for somebody that, as I said, you're quite active. You're not limited. You don't just stick to one thing. You actually like to do a lot of things at once. You want to teach yourself a lot of things. You want to dabble and dabble in a lot of things. So traveling will, of course, be part of that. Somebody who's as busy as you, Aries, will travel a lot, right? But this could also be the field that you're into. I'm seeing a water stream. I'm seeing a water stream as well. Another one. Feeling alone. Ooh. Card number 5. Loneliness is about to become history in your life. Some of you, because you travel a lot, because you got a lot of things going on, you're trying to build an empire. Of course, you're going to feel alone, honey. You're going to feel alone, maybe. But once you're done, Aries, once you settle, once everything is put on the table, once everything starts working in your favor, the loneliness goes away. And you're going to be so grateful that you took the time to travel when you had to, that you took the time to, strengthen all these bonds within your businesses when you had to. Because once that is done, once that is settled, this lonely feeling is going to be gone. It is card number 5 after all. 5 is for changes, honey. The loneliness is about to change. I was talking about seeing a stream, a river stream, right? And look at this card. This is literally someone standing in front of a river stream. And they seem like they want to cross over. You're definitely a light worker, whether you know it or not, Aries. Whether you consider yourself to be one or not, but you're a light worker, honey. You work with, for the light, and the moon energy is quite strong in your life. Whenever there's a full moon, just monitor your behavior. You're either too excited or too down, right? But when the moon is filled, you are also filled, either with loneliness or either with happiness. Just check out how the moon energies make you feel. Even with the new moon, when the moon is empty and new and fresh and young and full of possibilities, look at how your mood is, right? You're a light worker. I feel like I'm reading for somebody who doesn't consider themselves to be a light worker. You consider yourself to be something else other than someone who works for the light or someone who brings light. But that's what you do. The problem is when we speak about light workers, healers, this and that, earth angels, everybody tends to think you have to be not only highly spiritual, but, spiritually inclined to a point where you know any and everything about spirituality. But that's not the case. That is not the case. I've made an example with Oprah. Oprah was healing, helping, guiding people, but she wasn't as spiritual as most healers, earth angels and whatnot. In fact, she was quite emotional, something that, she never hid, something she expressed because that's who she is. And because of that, she is a light worker. She has brought light into a lot of people's lives without even trying, without even considering herself to be a light worker. You understand? So this is one of those vibes. Whatever you do doesn't always have to be spiritually related, but it somehow helps people spiritually. So Aries, interesting job, interesting vibes, interesting person. You're a very interesting individual, okay? Multiple skills. You don't limit yourself. You're always ready to learn something new. I love that about you. Let's find out what else for Aries. Aries, career calling. But this feeling alone card and the picture on it, I feel like there's more to it. Maybe I should find out. I really feel like some of you, this really has to do with ancestry, bloodline, lineage, this and that. Let's find out. There's like some family land, family home that has been abandoned for quite some time now. And the one who used to own it or the one who used to dwell in it happens to be one of your eldest ancestors, right? This is somebody who maybe they've been waiting for you specifically to come and discover this place. I also feel like some of you, there's a specific ancestor that is buried in a very awkward place, buried where you guys can't get hold of them. You can't visit their grave, right? Maybe you're thinking of shifting them. It's quite a process. I know it's quite a process to exhume somebody's body, Is it exhume? I don't know. English is not my mother tongue. But you guys gotta dig out the body and go bury it where you feel it's safe. But it feels like the spot where this person is buried is quite awkward. It could be right next to a big river. It could be right on top of a mountain. It could be somewhere where it feels dangerous to go. But I think you're gonna be fine. You're going to be fine, Aries. This person is actually the one guiding you to come and collect them. Interesting. Okay, let's find out. Aries, career, calling, life path, and purpose. Let's find out who is Aries. What do you got in store for them? Okay, these two flipped. You got the Ten of Pentacles and the World card. Definitely traveling is one of the things that you gotta do or you keep doing. Oh, some of you are tired of traveling to go to this ancestor's grave, right? Or you've been traveling a lot looking for it. All over the place, all over the country, all over the city maybe. But the World card being over here also, this is a cycle coming to a completion. This could mean finally your things are coming together. You don't have to travel as much. You don't have to go up and down as much, It could literally mean just that. And the Ten of Pentacles also being over here, this is success. This is, I'm trying to find the words. This is, come on. What's the word? It's fine. It's fine. Let's leave it. It's going to delay me. But success, definitely, right? Abundance, prosperity. But the word I wanted isn't coming. But Ten of Cups and the World card, the cycle comes to a completion, right? Something that was a struggle is no longer about to be a struggle. Something that presented to itself to be a difficult thing is no longer going to be difficult, right? I also feel like you're getting manpower help, right? You're getting help. Maybe some family members are finally saying, hey, listen, let's go help you dig our great-great-great-grandfather's grave or something, right? Some of you, this person, these people just want to help you with something that you don't have to bear on your own, right? Could be something that is ancestrally given, right? Why do I also feel like there's something about a snake or some snakes involved? Snakes as in literally snakes. Like the snake, the snake you fear, right? But I'm seeing a big one over here. Usually when I see this card, but because I'm reading, okay, I think you guys can resonate. Usually when I do personal readings and this card comes out and I get the sense of a snake with the card, I don't always get the same sense. So many cards can mean so many things, right? But when the snake sense comes, I know it's referring to Inzunza, right? Inzunza is Oshan. You guys call yourselves daughters of Oshan. Oshan is the huge snake, the feminine snake, the mother snake, the one that's guarding, helping, and protecting. I always say when you dream of small snake, you should know that's a sign of danger. That's a sign of something bad coming your way. But when you dream of huge snakes, that's a sign of ancestral presence. That's a sign of good spirits as well, right? Unless the snake is fighting you. That still doesn't mean it's evil. It just means you're not doing something that your ancestors are trying to guide you on. You're not doing something that Oshan is trying to guide you on, right? So in Zunza, we call it in Zunza in our country. But you guys, mostly in your countries, you call it Oshan, right? African spiritualists, you call it Oshan. So I feel like I'm reading for somebody who, your family has been serving Oshan for quite some time. Oshan has been giving them guidance. Oshan has been leading them to places where people need help, where people need healing, right? Remember, Oshan is as big as a dragon. So she floats up there in the air. She can see whatever's going on down here on the earth. She knows who's hurting. She knows who needs help, right? And therefore, she will activate earth angels, light workers, whatever people refer to themselves. as within your career. I've just demonstrated just now that there's people that work to heal and help, but they don't consider themselves to be light workers, even though that's what they are. They are healers, right? Now, once Oshan sees that somebody's available for that, they will activate that person. And it's the spirit of Oshan can't really activate you unless you recognize it. So you're going to dream of these huge snakes a lot. And how you behave when you see those huge snakes will tell if you can work with Oshan, right? So I feel like I'm reading for somebody whose lineage, whose family line has been working with Oshan for years and years. And you're about to be activated in that manner. Do you see the four beasts on this card as I speak of Oshan? The four beasts in the book of Revelation, the human face, the eagle face, the ox face, and the lion face. You see them, right? You see why this is so perfectly aligned with Oshan, the book of Revelations. The four beasts are actually referring to the four cornerstones of the earth, the 4 points of the earth, the one, the four angels, the four horsemen. Well, the horsemen are a bit different from the beasts, but it's all about the number 444, which is the number of stability, the number of balance. Hence, the spirit of Oshan, stability and balance. Listen, I don't want to dwell more on that. I think anybody who's connecting with what I'm saying over here, you're going to book up personal readings and we'll look into that. That's if you're interested. I'm not forcing it on you. I just don't want to dwell too much on this one because this is a general reading. There's other people who don't resonate with this message of Oshan that need to hear other things from me. Okay. So, but yeah, that's that. I feel like someone is about to be activated in that manner. I mean, look at the strengthening bond cards. Doesn't it look like somebody who's about to walk through a tunnel? But this is not like a tunnel. I don't know what this is called, but of course, it's like you're walking between a row of trees, and at the end of that row seems to be some sort of light. You could be having many dreams like this. This is you walking towards your path, honey, your purpose, your calling. What else for Aries? 1, 2, 3 cards maybe. We're getting very wild with the readings nowadays. Like they're getting very long. Aries. I wanna push at least 2 to 3 readings today. You know, this thing of only managing one reading is not cool. It was raining just now, so the kids are sleeping, right? Are they? Well, it's quiet, so I assume they're still sleeping. So I should push as many readings as I can while they're still sleeping. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords energy. Very smart, very calculated. You don't just act without thinking. You know, this is why. It all comes down to love. Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense. You don't even say things without thinking about them first. You apply emotions before thoughts, right? You speak based on your heart, not on your mind. You don't speak what you think instantly. You process it through your heart and try to think how is it going to make the next person feel before you say it, right? And this is what gains you favor with people. Magician in reverse. Whoa. Why? I think some of you're speaking against your, I think the kids are awake. Yep, they're definitely awake. Oh my God. Okay. Magician in reverse. This is definitely, I think you are, the small one is crying. Aries, honeys, I'm sorry. I may continue reading after a few minutes, few hours, but I gotta go attend those kids, okay? Until next time, honeys. Bye.